From coast to coast and around the world, this is Kaleidoscope, America's most exciting radio magazine. Stay tuned for more.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the program's host and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the management of this radio station or the management of the American Radio Network. The producer and the host of this program are solely responsible for the opinions.
玉树松上，晨钟惊飞鸟，林间小溪水潺潺，坡上青青草，野过香，山花娇。
Okay, it is time for the Buddha to speak. I always play that song, the Chinese song that you guys like and I like. I'm sure you like it. Meditate on it. You don't understand the word, don't worry about it. You can watch my my show on YouTube, and there's lots of images, beautiful sceneries of China, Mongolia, Shepherd Girl, monks, Shaolin Temple, all of that stuff in there you can meditate on. And when you watch it, but even when you're listening to this, and if you have a good imagination like me, you can imagine all those things. You know, whatever image comes to your mind, treasure it. relish in it. Any erotic images come to your mind, embrace it. That's what the Laughing Buddha is all about, and the Kama Sutra, that one of the sutra of the Buddhists and the Hindu, teaches very erotic stuff, because sex is part of life, and as I explained in the last few shows, there's no such thing as exclusion of these things unless you don't have a need for it, like some monks and nuns and of various religion. Even in Catholic and other religion, they do have people that can rise above that, even with all the bad news we have today. And we haven't heard anything from the Buddhist temple, but I think they're probably because of vegetarian diet kept them at bay, the desires. But anyway, let's not dwell on that. Let's go on with our show. This is part 3 of the Year of the Horse astrology, Chinese astrology, the Zodiac of the various animals that we believe are the guardian of the year. Now this year, the horse, it just started the 31st of January of 2014. Now let me read all the years that goes back every 12 years as the years of horse, and they don't start the same day every year, so you gotta check. I can check for you if you write to me, LBJW777 at gmail.com. If you're not sure whether you're between a horse and a rat or whatever, or a snake and a horse. Last year was a snake. We just passed it, thank God. For a lot of people that didn't like that animal, and I didn't have a good year that year, but it started this program, so it's probably good too in that sense, stealthily, and because that's what the snake's all about, the stealthness. But they're charming people, and also usually very good-looking people, very smooth skin like snake, But anyway, I met a few. And then also both men and women too, LGBT, don't worry about it. It's possible. Anyway, you're attracted to the skin. But now the other thing is I want to find out is like how many of you are horses here. This is now, I have read 5 astrological sign in the Chinese zodiac, from red, or mouse, Mickey Mouse, that begins. Think of yourself as a cute Mickey Mouse, MICKEYMOUSE, everybody likes you. That's why, and I remember that show, don't you? And now that's how you remember yourself by. The positive side of the animal. All animal sign, zodiac, Chinese zodiac has positive, negative, and neutral. So you try to develop the positive qualities and attributes and try to eliminate, diminish, or make fun of the evil side. and if you don't know how, let me know. Call me in the future live show, or if not yet there, you can just write to me. You can write to me, and I'll answer. Me and John Wu both, from his life experience and Laughing Buddha 777, we're just partners, We don't dominate each other. Buddhas don't dominate. We share, Just like Jesus Yeshua, my holy bro, share. He doesn't want to dominate you either, So it's not a matter of domination and submission. It's a matter of cooperation and sharing, like any good teacher would teach you. Confucius, Lao Tzu, Virgin Mary or Maria, and Guadalupe or any version of Maria, and our own holy sister, goddess of mercy, Guan Yin, especially taught that. And she'll be appearing in some of my holy images in the various shows that I'll be putting images on YouTube that you'll be watching. I'm working on one right now, which is part 1 of this show with the Chinese song in it. There will be 3 of these, part 1, part 2, part 3, half an hour each with this opening song of the theme of the Year of the Horse. Now, in the beginning, it's always a little bit of like fighting. So I think I'll eliminate that on this one. But on this one right now, on the radio part, you still hear it. Because, it's not good to jinx the year, so to speak, because there might be some conflict, because the horse is an animal that like to raise and win, So at least some horses. So there might be some conflict, international conflict, especially maybe focusing between the Asian country around Japan, China, Philippines, and Korea. That could be the area, because they're all fighting over, verbally right now, over a few fishing island that really has very few people on it. It's just a national pride, and Japanese trying to, as a minister now, this extreme right-wing wacko type of person, like a Tea Party over there took over in Japan recently, a couple of years ago or a year ago. And this guy want to revive some of the nationalistic spirit, like the one prior to World War II and the cost World War II. Now, nobody wants it. Not the American government don't want it. None of the Western power wants it. China especially hate it. None of the Filipino wants it. because they were all victim of this nationalistic, militaristic, imperialistic Japanese thinking that caused part of World War II. Well, the Nazis were also responsible. So it's not just the Japanese, and it's not the people so much, but the people collective consciousness at that time, due to also certain astrological influence, such as the Pluto in Virgo and later in Leo. Those things caused dictatorship to happen astrologically, and they fell for it. But that's a lesson mankind must learn. World War I, World War II, like the Virgin Mary warned about both of those wars very accurately, even naming the timing and signs to watch, such as the 1939 aurora from the I think it's called Aurora Borealis, or this the Northern Light, so to speak, that was so bright. It is a red color, which means war anger. It comes on down all the way to Europe. People can read newspaper at night in 1939 for some months. That was the beginning of World War II. And when she made prophecy was 1917 to the Shepherd Girl. Now, Shepherd Girl has something to do with prophecy. It seems like in China, or even in, we know that in Europe they do, but watch for the shepherds. I guess it's because my holy bro Yeshua was also sort of like a shepherd, they call him, even though he's also a carpenter, so maybe he's a Freemason. We don't know. So actually we know, but we're not going to tell you the whole story. Mystery is part of the game. So anyway, let's stop all that stuff, speculation, and just concentrate on the year of the horse. And let's come back to what when I started this program, is to read all the years of the year of the horse, going back from this year. Now, of course, this year, 2014, since the 31st of January. And then the last, 12 years ago, it goes 12-year cycle. So 12 years ago was 2002, 1990, 1978. I have a few friends born there, including the karate guy in the interview. The ex-Seventh-day Adventists, or semi-Seventh-day Adventists, we'll talk about that too. 1966, 1954, 1942, and that was in the middle of World War II, and very interesting year. 1930, 1918, 1906, and even 1894 now. And a future one would be 2026. Now, if you know Professor Wu, who is a time traveler, and you have his phone, call me from there, 2026. Okay, like I told you last. So anyway, let's talk about 2014, the year that we're around at this time in the fourth dimensional world. It's that we're for the year of the horse, people. Let's talk about the individual before I go to the general prediction for the world. I talk a little bit about a fishing island. That's basically the war for sushi. The sushi war, I call it, whatever happened this year. But anyway, let's talk about the year of the horse people. Now, if I want people that was in all signs, moderation is key in any sign, because some sign will be affected more beneficially, more positively this year, and some signs more negative. We went through both the snake and the what's the last one I talk about? Snake and dragon won't have a very good year. So lay back, enjoy. Be a little lazy snake, like some snakes are very lazy anyway, most of them. And dragons are active, and very hard for them not to compete with a horse. But still, watch out. You guys are cousins, He's 30% you, and you're like 70% him. So don't fight. You're cousins, Anyway, the horse people, it says, you got to make this year. Gallop as fast as you like, and you reach the end of your journey. Grab the goods and be off to your next grand adventure. You're going to have a lot of happy adventure this year. Romantic or otherwise, or financial mostly, I think. And promotion too. Many of you will get one. And you're in your element. You can move as fast as you like, because the energy of life is supporting you. But as I always say from the Chinese reading, you should always be cautious, because moderation is the key. Don't drive too fast. Don't drink too much. Don't eat too much. Just, sprinkle it. Enjoy it. Fast-paced it is, but you can always slow yourself down with meditation, thoughtful thinking about other people, helping other people. Use your horse-like energy to carry other people's burden. That would be the best thing for you to do. You slow you down, as well as to stabilize you. You don't have to be moving too fast and crash, so to speak. Okay, and you'll be happy and lucky and partying and making money and getting it right with the best of them. Okay, that's what according to the reading that I am reading from. And when the glory hits, the fame hits, and the will for some of you, take a bow and remember, leave some over for next year and share with other people. Don't consume all the glory and power treasure this year. The future need to be taken care of, and you'll be in a position this year to put something away for tomorrow. In other words, saving. Gold and silver, good to buy. If you want to buy silver or gold at cost, that's very low cost, let me know. I have a source. LBJW 777 at gmail.com. I can even sign you up as a member, and you get one numismatic coin a year. I mean a month. I'm sorry, each month or each year. It's up to you. There's no minimum or maximum. Okay, and the next one, the ships or the lambs or the goats, which is basically the sign of my holy bro Yeshua, the Lamb of God. Okay, well, you may not be, but you're part of the game. Okay, says the year that will take a little bit more work than usual, and as the ship is not inclined to drop the lesser important activity and obligation, it can be a year of overload. That means that don't take on more than you can chew, And thus, in order for it to be a year without anxiety and stress, there need to be a calculated decision not to be over-committed to anything and anyone. And that's the warning. That's what you need to do this year. Now, if you hold back on feeling that everything needs to be done when there isn't sufficient time to do it, or it can be a good year. In other words, just calculate your time carefully, prioritize. Get one of those little booklet that can help you do that. Carry it around or use your cell phone. I put a lot of idea in my cell phone and also plan using the cell phone sometime. Now, if you want to use a monkey, you'll be learning to swing from branch to branch at a more rapid pace than you're accustomed to. You may even fall a couple of times, but monkeys are pretty agile creature. They probably can handle it without too much problem, and you're very versatile and adapt to most things. Although it'll be less time to use your brain to get your agile brain to get the answer, but it's good practice. There's a lot to gain in this year for you, and perhaps one thing that you need to look out for is moving on rapidly when you miss the branch. So the lesson for this year is pick yourself up, get yourself going, and watch the success. And again, help other people. Spread the wealth a little bit, or your intelligence a little bit, because monkeys are very intelligent people. And so that's the monkey. America, I think, is also a monkey country, so we should be heeding that advice. Let's see. Okay, Rooster. Now, Rooster is, belong to the chicken class, right? So you're a little bit timid, but not the rooster, because you wake people up at night. Well, not at night, but almost some people consider at night when you're crowing at 4 or 5 a.m. You may wake up that early, but, have mercy on people who sleep like pigs and dogs. They like to sleep late. I'm a puppy, so don't wake me up, okay, unless I have to. I have my own cell phone set for 7 o'clock, so don't bother me before that. Now, if you're born a year rooster, 10th sign, the lunar cycle, you'll be one of a kind when it comes to helping the horse this year, because you alone has the power to influence the horse and make him slow down, and you'll be doing yourself a favor by letting him gallop, but you're on top of him. Like, imagine this funny picture of a rooster standing on riding a horse, right, in a saddle or not. I don't know how he can be able to stand on it without some kind of rope tying her, or a cage or something. But anyway, but if you are the one, and this in fact it says that the rooster will be guiding the horse if you have the wisdom. And since now look at yourself, you are the one that wake people up. You crow and you're ahead of the time, so to speak. So you can warn the horse to go left and right instead of going a certain way that's bad for the horse. You would be telling the horse to go to the right direction. Now that's your job this year. If you have a horse cousin, a friend, partner, or any kind, business or marriage, or girlfriend, boyfriend, and you'll be doing things together, and you'll be the guiding spirit or guiding light. Wasn't that a soap opera? Anyway, and then anyway, the mighty force of the horse would be guided to the right direction and would be beneficial to you, yourself, him, her, or humanity. So you need to also have a closer when you started something this year. So two of you work together. You're mighty tasker, they call it. You do a lot of work together, and you're very busy all the time. But as I say, slow down, work with the horse, and do something good. Let's see, and use the inner wisdom to figure out the path that you guys are going together. Okay, now the next year, the year of the dog, puppy. That's me, many other people, George Bush, and I think also President Clinton. Bill. Now this is a wonderful year for doggies. You'll be getting on well because the horse energy and dog energy are compatible. All sorts of things will be happening to the dog this year. Lots of travel, meeting new people, different opportunity, both work and play. In fact, it might be a bit too much. So because the dog will be spoiled for choice this year. Wow, God, I'm looking forward to that. Okay, I would choose the Korean massage girl, the Japanese, or the Chinese one. Oh, no. I'm just kidding. And it's probably the best to select the highlight and go with the most profitable, the ones that will make you happiest. Well, of course, I mean, that makes sense. Happy Buddha, Laughing Buddha would advise that. Any normal person would do it. You don't need me to advise you. And there's maybe a challenge or two. If you overload, so beware of the folk wisdom that says that not to bite off more than you can chew. I mean, dogs sometimes do that. But we have good teeth. That's why we don't care. We just chew through anything. Those old shoes, ladies' boots, whatever you're chewing. Okay, just beware, and wash your mouth too afterward. Use those hydrogen peroxide is the best thing to wash your mouth because I was getting the health part somewhere in here. So and advertise them for you now because if you can't brush your teeth. Sometimes you don't have time. Just rinse it with ozone. I said ozone, hydrogen peroxide. 99 cents. It's not expensive. That's the best thing you can rinse your mouth with and keep having cavity and things like that, and save you a lot of money. As I told you, my soul save you money too. And and then the next one, the boar, the pig is the last one. It's a good year. It's in harmony, new beginning, lots of inner growth. It'll be a year of confidence, happiness, and despite the speed of the horse, the boar or the pig will be able to keep pace and not notice at all. Now imagine a slow-moving pig on top of the horse. That's a funny image right there. Wasn't that in Bugs Bunny or some of those cartoons somewhere? And the inner work will come about as a result of their being free to do so. In other words, the year is a good time to take an extended vacation, and it will help work everything positive in your favor. The slower you go, actually, the better it is, because you're not a fast animal like the horse, your cousin. Although you're both farm animal, one is fast and one is slow, just like the oxen. And that will be more wealth, more money, and with your generous spirit, it is a good time to share it. So, so it's a very good year for pig if you can share your wealth. Spread the wealth a little bit like President Obama was campaigning on 2008. Well, of course, the Tea Party didn't like it because you're a communist, you're a socialist, I just found out Einstein was a socialist, very active one too. Read about it. Einstein as a socialist, Google it. You don't believe me? That's one of the reasons he was only allowed to participate in the Manhattan Project in the theoretical end, but not actually building the bomb. And he didn't want the bomb anyway, so he hated it. Like, he's a Pisces, only a few days away from me, so he hated war, hated capitalism. But anyway, that's, I think, about it. But I can also read the hours, that if you know the hour you were born, then I also can tell you briefly the animal that the hour rule. Now, it's only the hour, it has nothing to do with the other stuff. So it's let's say you're born 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. and it's the ox, and then, well, actually it starts, let's start like that. And then 3 a.m. to 5, every 2 hours is the tiger. 5 to 7 is 2 a.m., rabbit. And 7 to 9 a.m., dragon. 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., snake. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., horse. That means noontime. When you're having lunch, that's horse time. 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., sheep or lamb. And 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., monkey. 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. rooster or chicken, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. dog, puppy. I like to call myself a puppy, a cute puppy. I'm not a, Anyway, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. boar or pig, Miss Piggy. 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. is rat. Actually, that should be the beginning, but somehow they've written it the other way. So if you're born midnight, you're definitely red, looking for a cheese, when everybody's sleeping. That makes sense. Okay, now I think I have to do the usual 4 commercial. After that, if we have time, we'll talk a little more. Okay, and here are the commercial.
road rules. We've got lots of ideas on where to go. Unfortunately, we're a little low on bucks. I'm thinking we're going nowhere fast. Then John found out about this Greyhound 2-for-1 companion fare. We can go just about any place, anytime, and we only pay for one ticket. 2 for the price of 1. And there's no hassles because we only have to buy our ticket 3 days before we go. So John, if you're listening, I got one thing to say. You the man.
The Greyhound 2-for-1 companion fare. Call now for details. Special conditions apply.
Hello, Pringles 800 number.
Yeah, hi. You made a mistake with my Pringles.
Sir?
See, it says fat-free on the can, but they don't taste fat-free.
Sir, if it says fat-free original Pringles, that's what they are.
Listen, talk to my wife. Blanche!
Yeah, hi. You made a mistake.
No, ma'am. Fat-free Pringles are made with Olean. That's why they taste just as good with no fat and half the calories.
No way. I know when it's missing that fakey no-fat taste. Listen, I'll mail you one. You taste it.
New fat-free Pringles. Tasting is believing.